Hello, very good day to you. It's a pretty wet and windy picture out there for many of us at the moment, but we are going to see the heaviest rain and strongest winds easing as we go later on. But currently there's a double frontal structure across the UK, and it's this that's bringing the very wet weather. And notice how tightly packed these isobars are. No surprise that we have some strong winds as well. A lot of that clearing through as we go through the rest of today, but into tomorrow, a frontal system lingering across parts of the southeast, so fairly wet here for a time. Then it all quietens down for a short spell, but that quieter spell doesn't last long because another relatively deep area of low pressure, albeit relatively far up towards the northwest of the UK, but that comes in and the fronts are then going to march their way across as we go through Sunday, bringing some very wet and some very windy weather. Definitely the wettest and windiest day of the weekend for many of us. Back to the here and now though, and well, outbreaks of rain, heavy at times, spilling their way northeastwards across many areas. Actually in the southeast, clinging on to something a bit drier and brighter through much of the day, rain arriving later. The heaviest rain will be across parts of Scotland, totals building up 60 to 70 millimetres, a bit of flooding possible here. Strongest winds across western parts through much of the afternoon. Irish Sea coastal areas could see coastal gales, perhaps gusts of 60 to 65 miles per hour, but these gradually easing later on. Temperatures are on the mild side, markedly higher than where they were at the start of the week, mid-teens for quite a few places, but obviously with the wind, the rain, it's going to feel pretty unpleasant. The winds gradually easing from the west as we go through the day, but across eastern parts as we go into this evening, that's when they're going to be strongest here. Overnight then, we have clearer, drier weather for many places, but in the southeast, some persistent rain lingering through much of the night and into tomorrow morning here. And also across parts of northwest Scotland, some blustery showers pushing through. Otherwise, yeah, a good deal of dry weather, clearer skies towards the northwest, cloudier towards the south and east. Temperatures not dropping a huge amount, perhaps a touch lower than some recent nights, but in the southeast with the cloud, the rain staying in double figures for some, and because there will still be some blustery winds, especially towards the northeast of the UK, temperatures not dropping a huge amount. So a relatively mild start to the day through tomorrow. A wet start in the southeast across East Anglia, Kent, perhaps into London as well. Some persistent rain could be quite heavy, and that will continue until early afternoon. Otherwise, Saturday definitely the driest and brightest day of the weekend for many of us. Some fairly hefty showers across parts of Scotland, and later on some hefty showers building in from the southwest across parts of Wales, southwest England, even pushing into central southern England as well, perhaps the Midlands too, but there will also be some bright sunny spells around, and like I say, definitely the brightest day of this weekend. Temperatures won't be quite as high as they will be through today, but nonetheless still around or a touch above average for the time of year, and with slightly lighter winds and less rain around, a bit more sunshine, if anything, it's going to feel a bit more pleasant. Like I said though, it's Sunday when we're going to have some unsettled weather sweeping its way through. Some heavy rain, some strong winds spilling across, well, much of the country. Gusts of around 65, 70 miles per hour in many places, particularly in exposed spots, and some heavy rain to go with it, particularly across parts of South Wales. Could see totals of around 80 to 90 millimetres. This coming so close after the heavy rain that we'll have seen through today. It does mean that there's a relatively high chance of some significant impacts. At the moment we have yellow warnings across many places, but there's a chance, particularly across parts of Wales, we may need to go amber if we see some or greater chance of those impacts from the heavy rain. Temperatures still down a nudge compared to Saturday, and with the rain, the cloud, the strong winds, feeling pretty unpleasant indeed. Remember, do check out our YouTube channel and subscribe to it to make sure that you are up to date with everything, because we will be issuing new warnings as we go through this weekend because of the unsettled weather that we are expecting on Sunday. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.